Agares. I am uploading this video because I actually did a live 2 nights ago. And for those who saw it, guys, I'm really sorry that you had to see half of me half naked. But at least you didn't see any nipples or anything outrageous. I took the video down only because it was late at night and I can hear Agares in my head. Do this video. And part of the energy that I picked up of him or read somewhere is that of trickery. But I didn't pay any attention to it. All I knew, it was late at night. I should have been in my bed. And I went online and I did this video. As the video was wrapping up and I'm looking at it again, I saw where the screen went off and it was all black. And then I saw myself. I said, oh my gosh, I subjected people to that. And I could just hear the laughing in the background and within my head. I said, okay, you got me on this. But he is that demon, and I almost said God too, of fun, and which they are. We as the human race is what decided what are gods or what are demons. And I like to use the aspect of energies. I've been on a road of just studying each one of the demons under Solomon. And for me, what I do first is experience them from my own perspective before actually Googling or doing any additional research on them. Because I have come to learn that everything out there, what opposes religion or politics, is all fear-based risen, all fear-based driven. And even though sometimes I say I am objective and will have my own thoughts, once you read what somebody else say or what somebody else said, it tends to, I can say to myself that I'm not that fully objective yet, where I don't take something from what they said into consideration. I don't make it rule my decision, because for me, anything in the spiritual or energetical or metaphysical world that comes up that makes me any bit fearful, I do my protection and I go towards it. I no longer run away from anything that I'm fearful of. And I'm even applying that in my physical, natural life too. But whatever is happening in your spiritual life can't help but to roll over into your spiritual life. Anyway, Agares. The reason why it is that I'm choosing to bring him up or to project a little bit about him is because one of the first things I experienced with him is, at first I felt the welcoming from all of them and me wanting to spend a day with each one of them. And then when it came to his day, I felt like he was so reserved and wanted no part of what I was doing. And when I actually asked, what is going on? Didn't you call me forward towards this? What is it? And even right now, as I'm talking, I'm hearing, well, it was a calling of both energies finally to merge and experience what it is that needs to be experienced right now in either of our journeys. His expression to me was, there's a lot of times that humans come to him, uses him, and then give him no recognition. Other things get the recognition and get the honor and get the glory and get the praise, and they are left there just standing back in the background and saying, I'm the one that did this shit for you, you know? So one of the things that I promised is that I will do some kind of mock-up on him. And I was waiting until my 77 days were up with what I was doing. But he wants me to go out here and talk about this aspect in which it is. He assisted me in opening my eyes and helping me to see and understand. Through him, I did a ritual of breaking prior sexual connections with anybody else that I've had in my life. And he brought me back to one situation specifically with someone else that I dated about 20-something years ago. And during that time of dating that individual, my brother passed away. And I came to accept to the fact that it was his time. And even when I started the mediumship thing, one of the things that he was one of the first one that came to me through another medium. She was just graduating out of the class that I did, mediumship 1 and 2. And I went to support that class. And she says, wow, I don't even know you. And I knew your brother's been with me since that day. Since Wednesday, he knew you were coming. And she explained everything to me, how he passed and all that stuff. And I looked at her in amazement. Me and her are still really good friends today. Anyway, I won't get sidetracked on that. But he brought it up to show me that the person that I was dating that time, he's from Germany. And their family actually made some bonds with other entities or energies for young men's souls. So the mere fact that my brother was young, even though it was his time, I didn't even understand this. Agares is the one that opened my eyes to this. They can actually snatch a soul in transit and use that to fulfill the requirements of what it is they made that bond for. So even if they made some kind of arrangement with prior energies for lives of young men to be ended by a particular time, for any woman that comes into relations with me and we exchange some kind of orgasmic experience, that I will get one of their young men's souls. And at the time when my brother passed, my mom, who's still into church and everything else, and who is very intuitive, she said to me, why you allow that man in our lives to take your brother? And literally, and I looked at her and I said, why would you even blame that on him? But she says, that is what the Holy Spirit is showing me, that he took your brother. And I never paid any attention to it afterwards. I just sat with it and said, it's my time. And she was hurting because she's thinking she knows the life he lived and thinking his life isn't right with God. So I'm thinking for my mom, it's really hurt that was happening, but it's because of the intuitive person that she is. She gives all the credit to the Holy Spirit and to God, but it's naturally who she is and who she has always been. And I paid it no mind after that. I found my own way to heal with my brother passing, and just when the mediumship came around and we started communicating again and everything else, it's just accepting that, hey, it was my time. And even when Agares came into view, he also presented himself again and say, yep, that's what happened between then and now. And Agares pretty much walked me through two separate rituals. One, because at first I was resistant to do the one to the specific person that passed, that snatched my brother's soul. I was in resistance to doing that specifically to him, because I said, okay, if he did that, how many other of the guys that I might have had some kind of orgasmic exchange with that this happened with, not knowingly, or they may not even know that there is some kind of agreement, I want to say curse, but some kind of agreement that their families have set, and they may not be aware of it. And you can still have that exchange because of that energetical exchange, because again, everything is energy. And so I did a ritual at first, just banishing, transmuting, wrath and destruction to anyone or any energies that assisted in bringing harm, ill will, or destruction to my family and their generation through me, or any one of my generations through any kind of orgasmic experience. Did that ritual to break it for me and any one of my generations, past or prior. And then he literally came back in my head, made me go after the individual. And in that ritual, part of my petition was life for a life. And I came on here just to talk mainly about him and to say so many times, sometimes even when we come on this side, we are hesitant with demons and how it is we allow them to flow in our lives. Because I think I saw somebody also posted something about to put their altar of Obertala next to Clonic. And I know I haven't fully experienced it there yet, that there is a connection there. I don't know exactly how the connection works, but anytime I'm experiencing clonic, for some other reason, Obertala also shows up. And I haven't taken time to pull that apart yet. That I will soon do after I'm finished these 77 days. But for me, once I am fully cloaked in who I am and I stand strong in who I am, the experience of these other energies, whether demons or angels, which angels I haven't done in a long time, my focus has primarily been on the demons. And the experience, it is so unbelievable, because right now in my life there are some things that are unfolding that hopefully by next week or by the 1st of July I'll be able to reveal more to you guys, but right now I can only reveal but so much. There are so many things that are changing and falling into place. And even with the demons, today's day is with, I want to say her name, and I call her, but a lot of people reference that energy as a he also, is Belial. I every time I say her name or think of her, I get a female presence. Even though it's her day, and one of the things that she showed me today is basically being able to use everything, no matter what it is, in the manner in which it best serves you. So for Belial, I actually did a conversation even before tapping into her, because I was talking with another friend of mine's, and she's the one that brought her up to me, because today should have been another demon's day, but she's the one, that energy that was just so much with me last night. One of the things that she showed me is that the anger, the ugliness, what we call beauty, what we call nice, the jealousy, the sadness, the depression, and Em is always talking about it too. How it is you can use all of it. All of it. It's not just meant for you to be nice and sweet and everything else. And that's an aspect of me that that I know she's working with me with, is how to take that ugliness and really make it look beautiful. And that aspect or part of you, yes, I am laughing because I'm just thinking of some things that have happened in the past, and how to make people just fall at your feet and worship you even when that side of you comes out, you know? So anyway, I hope this was of some encouragement. Agares, what is written in the Goishas about him is that he is able to help with languages. He rides on a crocodile. He brings friendship together. And actually this morning, my best friend from back home, hasn't spoken to her in a while. All of a sudden, I'm preparing all the notes to talk about him. Who calls me on WhatsApp? And I laughed. I said, even with that, look at you, even right here, right now, talking about you and how he unites friends and keeps that friendships going. And he stops runaways in their tracks and keeps them still. He also causes earthquakes. But if you ever thinking of even learning a different language, nobody better than him to embrace, and his energy to influence what you're doing. Anyway, today is Jupiter Thursday. Thank you very much for listening to this video, and hope it was of some kind of blessing to you. And I will, if you have any questions in regards to him, you can hit me up. You can do your own research, but my experience with him, I haven't seen it anywhere else about him helping you to restore your bloodline and break generational curses. Because literally, because of that man, that was a generational curse. And I wrote Simeon, Agares, and Matthew. Matthew is my son who is turning 20 this year, because that was the whole highlight about it. One of the other young ladies that young man dated, I had an opportunity to talk to her before my brother even passed. And she just happened to mention her brother was like 20 going on 21 when he passed, and that happened at a time when she was dating him, which I find was kind of odd for her to mention to me. So I actually wrote my brother's name, Agares, and Matthew's name all within a triangular thing like. So anyway, enjoy the rest of this day. Don't forget to do your work today. It's money day. I call Thursday money day. Upita Zeus. And also another one I came across is Mammon. And that's another experience, but we'll talk about that at another time. Enjoy, guys, and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.